What's going on, guys? It's Ethan Heinrich, and after my last video I got a lot of questions about what stocks and ETFs are, so I thought I'd break down what the stock market really is. So the stock market is a collection of corporations that allow investors to publicly put their money into their company. The price of a stock is driven by what the highest price a buyer is willing to pay and the lowest price a seller is willing to sell. That's the basics of what changes the price, but what drives the price is completely different. Some traders like to put their money into a company long term, while some like to do it short term. There's names for different types of traders and how they trade, and it's important to understand which one you are before you get into it and which one suits your schedule the best. Long-term investors typically like to invest their money in companies that show continual growth over time and normally pay dividends, which are like rewards for investing in the company. These traders normally rely on fundamentals in the company to decide whether or not to buy shares. Investors like this generally like to put their money in for a long time without touching it, and it's generally regarded as the safest and least reward strategy of trading. Next up, swing traders are those who hold their shares in a company for more than a day but less than a year. The time frame changes from person to person, but generally, since this type of trading falls in the short-term capital gains tax bracket, this is the general reference point for time frame. Typically, these investors use a mix of looking at candlestick patterns and fundamentals in a company to decide whether to enter or exit a trade. Last up, we got day traders, my personal favorite and what I do for income. These are generally people trying to trade for income and don't hold a share in a company for more than one day. It takes a lot of knowledge and experience to be successful with day trading, and I would not recommend it for someone just starting out. I would recommend practicing with paper trading, which is where you can trade with fake money just to get the basics down. In a future video, I'm going to be breaking down my personal day trading strategy and why it is successful. Now that you can figure out which type of investing will suit your schedule and your personal goals, now you just need to figure out how to find the right investments and choose the correct broker. Personally, I started with Robinhood just like many other investors have. It's very user friendly, and I'll leave a link in the description where you can get a free stock just to get started. A broker is the middleman between you and the stock market, since the days of calling Wall Street to buy shares are completely dead. A lot of traders like to use TD Ameritrade for shorter term investments, but it's not user friendly as Robinhood is. I would personally start with Robinhood, and as you get familiar with terminology, move towards TD Ameritrade and interactive brokers. In my last video, I mentioned ETF stocks like SPY, VOO, and QQQ. These are reflections of index funds which tend to perform consistently over the years. In my opinion, they're the safest investments but also yield the least reward. If you're searching for stocks to trade in the short term, I recommend using a scanner like FinViz or Thinkorswim Scanner by TD Ameritrade, where you can personalize your search for stocks. My personal favorite resource for stocks is the WSK Discord, which I will link in the description. The people in there will bounce around a lot of really good ideas every day, and you can learn personally one-on-one with the top investors in there. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a better understanding of the basics of what the stock market is. The best way to learn, though, is by practice. If you want to see more from me, invest in that like button and hit subscribe. I'll see you soon.